I was drinking so bad that, I wasn't paying my bills.
When I came here, I didn't know what to expect.
I was working and spending all my money on drugs and alcohol.
Union Gospel Mission, we take a holistic approach, one's spiritual needs as well as their physical needs, to ultimately lead someone to a long-term program or housing out of this facility. We want to be a part of one's change in their lives.
I lost everything I have. I had no place to go, and I couldn't call anybody. I came to this one first.
I started drinking when I was 8 years old. It's been an ongoing process all my life. I've never been homeless before. Drinking I ended up in prison 3 times for it. It's caused me lots of problems in my life. But when I was in Montana, I lost my Social Security, so I lost my home. It was starting to snow. I said, all right, I'll just gear up and I'll come down this way. And when I got to Stevensville, Texas, I got real sick and I was throwing up blood, and I was drinking probably a gallon of vodka a day, and I was smoking 3 packs of cigarettes at the time. I went on my way again and someone picked me up. They said they looked like you were desperate. And they dropped me off here. And they said, these people could help you. From Stevensville, they brought me to here.
What really brought me here was my wife. My wife passed away. She had a kidney transplant 12 years prior, and it failed, and she passed away. We were living in what was her mother's house that was going through probate, etc. And of course, 2 bad things happened. One, I had to move out because we weren't legally married. We were common law, as well as I just started drinking. And I'd always drank, somewhat, but then I started drinking heavily. I was still working, still functioning, but I was drinking so bad that, I wasn't paying my bills, had money coming in, but I was spending it all on drinking, basically. And finally one day, I just got to the point where I knew I had to make a change, or things were just going to get drastically worse for me. So I came here, and they gave me time to resolve my issues.
I called Tarrant County Counseling and I said, y'all help me with treatment, and I'm homeless now. I said, I'm still clean. I had 30, almost 60 days. I said, can you help me find a place? So the lady, Miss Carolyn, she brought me here. And all I could think about, a bed, not outside, not having to get up at 6 in the morning, not having to worry about if I'm make it again. So I came to the mission, Union Gospel Mission. She brought me here. When I came here, I didn't know what to expect. I just know I didn't want to be out there on the streets.
We have our 3 major facilities are our men's building. I think we have 180 men there. We have our family center, which we have 26 rooms. They're private rooms with private bathrooms. We average over 60 to 65 children here. We have 26 mothers. We have our women's center. We have 32 beds over there. And we have McFadden Hall, which is a senior ladies facility.
Met one of their social workers here, heart of gold. When I came here, I was pretty upset, crying, just exhausted. What am I going to do? And she said, you came to the right place. Well, she was absolutely correct. I did.
My caseworker has helped me put my resume together in a presentable format. She's also helped us with transportation, with bus tokens to and from the workforce center in order to do a job search.
This facility is 118 years old. So we're well established with all the police departments and all the social service agencies and immediate churches around this area of town.
I started drinking at the age of 13 and went on through trying other drugs, pills, and marijuana and stuff like that. And then I ended up getting on crack at the age of 30, after I was married with 2 kids and stuff, and that ruined my marriage. And we got married and got divorced and had 32 jobs. And I look back at that now and saying I ain't never completed nothing. So I say to myself now that, hey, that's bad, that looks bad. I just want to do the best I can now. I want my life to change.
Another social worker sat down with me and had me read the Bible out loud. From that moment on is when my life started changing, and that's when I started putting God first. And it would have never happened if I wasn't here.
It's very beneficial that we go to chapel every day at 4 o'clock before we have mealtime. I needed it spiritually, my son needed it, and it's been a comfort to us.
We have what we call mission partner churches. We invite the church community of Tarrant County, to come down and build relationships with our clients.
We've been affiliated with a new church, and the church comes here and picks us up and brings us back every Sunday, and both of us have gotten a lot out of it.
We want to be a part of one's change in their lives, and that takes time, that takes money, and that takes a lot of effort. And we have everything in place at Union Gospel Mission to do that now.
I just can't say enough about this place. I've seen an awful lot of people come and go. I've seen so many people be helped and come out of here. People that I thought had no chance come out of here.
My counselor has told me that there's another program as soon as I get employment that she can put me in touch with, which will provide us a house, a home, and a normal life again.
It gave me a shelter, it gave me shelter, and I'm working their programs too.
Everything's available. It's just up to the individual, when they'll accept the help that we have to offer.
They're here to help you if you want the help.
If they want to change, the help is here and easily accessible. It's not like it's hidden away for a select few or anybody. It's for anybody here.
They work with me to help me understand you can't make it. When you use, a lot of people want you to keep thinking that's what it is. And that's what forever will be in your life. But that's not true. They have shown me different.
I know God has, got me where He wanted me to be, and He's working with me. He's really changing my life.
We are an extension of all the churches in Tarrant County. That's how we were formed back in 1888, and that's how we're supported. We need the community's prayers on a daily basis to lift up the staff and the people we serve. And, there's 1,800 churches in Tarrant County. If each individual church would do just a little bit, it'd sure make the job of keeping these doors open at this facility a lot easier. We're serving the Lord here, and we're seeing results. And we ask everyone to pray about it and see where God will lead in their personal support for us.